to Ruckus at the Zoo, where we're bringing the world's most interesting animals and wonders of nature straight to you. Now, while many of you may have been to a zoo before, we're taking you behind the scenes for an up-close and personal look at these mischievous creatures, so we can learn more about them.
At the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, our 2 male Sumatran tiger cubs made their public debut and were able to explore their exhibit for the first time. The boys were timid when they first came out on exhibit, but once Mom joined them, they were eager to explore. They ran and pounced on her and explored every corner and seemed to have a great time. The boys were born on March 5th. Their weights 2 days ago were 30 and 31 pounds. Thomas is a little bit bigger than his brother Conrad and has been from the very beginning. Thomas is a little bit more adventurous than his brother. Conrad is a little bit more mellow and laid back. They both are very smart with their training, but Thomas tends to respond a little bit more to tactile desensitization, while his brother learns the trained behaviors a little bit more quickly. The cubs are now big enough that we feel that they can manage the 3-acre exhibit that they have to explore out here. They also received their last round of vaccinations yesterday, so that's the key point that we look for to make sure they're big enough to go out into their exhibit. They are still nursing. We did introduce meat when they were actually 7 weeks old. Thomas took to it pretty quickly, while Conrad took about an extra week to 2 weeks before he was really interested in it. They do still nurse, but they're also really eager for their meat, so we feed them 2 or 3 times a day. Our current exhibit is 3 acres, but our new exhibits, we're going to have 3 different exhibits with multiple viewing opportunities in each one so that the guests are sure to see cats when they come out to visit.
Here at the San Diego Zoo, our reindeer herd's getting bigger. We had a brand new baby boy, 12 pounds, born right here. The baby reindeer was born 12 pounds and he's growing every day. He gets spurts of activity, he runs around the exhibit, a little wobbly on his legs every once in a while because he has some hilly terrain, but he stays pretty close to Mom and Mom stays pretty close to him. Reindeer are from the northern climates, so North America, Northern Asia, and Europe. They live in a tundra area, so they have amazing adaptations to survive there. A very thick coat to keep them warm. They have big round feet. They're able to walk on the snow. They're like snowshoes. They also, what's really neat about reindeers, they're the only animal where both the male and females have antlers. So they use those antlers to work their way into the herd for dominancy and social status, but the females will also use them to protect their kids. They have a great sense of smell. They can smell food under the snow. So they'll smell lichen or grasses that they can't even see, and they'll use those big paws not only to walk on the snow, but to dig up the snow to find their food. Some really amazing adaptations.
We're here today at the Animal Care Center, which is the nursery at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. Today is a big day for us at the nursery. We introduced our 4-day-old Eastern Giant Eland calf to the nursery corral exhibit. It's her first day out and she met Nubian ibex, Barbary sheep, Turkoman markhor, Sitatunga, and Trans-Caspian Muriel lambs. The eland was really excited when she got out in the yard. She did really well interacting with the other babies and very playful behavior. It's pretty neat because even though she's the youngest baby out here in the nursery corral, she's the largest in size. She's very curious about all the other animals, going up to them and sniffing them, trying to get them to play with her. Giant eland are beautiful antelope. They have very distinct features. Their stripes are bold and they have black and white patterns on their dark chestnut coat. Right now this little girl has little tiny horn buds, but when she's an adult, she'll have large spiral horns. Even though giant eland are very large antelope, they're very athletic and can jump over huge obstacles. This little giant eland weighs 72 pounds and is about 3 feet tall at the shoulder. When she's a full-grown adult, she'll be close to 2,000 pounds and 6 feet at the shoulder. Her genetics are very important to the giant eland population because she is only the second calf from this sire and dam. I'm proud to say we are one of only 4 facilities that house giant eland in North America. Giant eland have a very mellow personality. They're known as the gentle giants of Africa.
Today at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, we're celebrating Monroe's birthday. He's our 1-year-old gorilla. When the gorillas came out on exhibit this morning, they found all kinds of these boxes and presents and things that the volunteers had made, and the horticulture brought all kinds of browse, and the nutrition built the cake. And they also came out to a big crowd. We had lots of campers overnight, and they spontaneously broke into happy birthday for Monroe. All weekend they're getting extra special enrichment items, lots of presents to open, and really it's their diet that we spread out throughout the day, but lots of extra browse. The horticulture has provided lots of variety of browse for them to eat and play with, and just lots of toys and excitement. Each day, Monroe's getting a special birthday cake. It's made out of ice, and it's full of fruits and veggies, again, all part of their diet. The candle of the cake made today is actually a carrot. And our Forage Nutrition crew made these cakes, and they really outdid themselves. So at 1-year-old, as you can see, if you come out to visit the park, Monroe is a very busy little guy. He's climbing all over the place. He's very independent, spending lots of time with the other gorillas, and just getting into everything. Very curious little guy. Okay, now here is a fun fact about gorillas. Did you know that babies stay with their mothers for 3 to 4 years on average, and they're nursed by their mothers for 2.5 years? Our journey doesn't stop here. When we come back, have you ever seen an eye-eye? Yes, they are rare and one of the most interesting creatures on the planet. And we're introducing you to one that a zoo expert says is so ugly, it's cute.